so keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked.
That'll definitely do.
Ew. Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up, and then you put your sleeve on. Thank you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
We are live. Boys and girls, welcome to the Dropshot, a Call of Duty podcast. Nice little afternoon ep. Serial number, SKU. Serial, what does SKU stand for? SKU?
I don't know what it stands for, actually. I don't know.
What is the K? Yeah, it stands for something. Anyway, whatever.
Stock keeping unit.
Stock keeping unit. This is stock item number unit number 194 of the program episode. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. I am joined, as always, by my good little tiny buddy Tanner. Tanner, you still have your tree up. Tell us about that.
It'll be up for a while, yeah. It'll stay up for sure.
Here's the rule, okay? For those of you who don't know, Tanner obviously doesn't, so I'll educate him and many of you listening. Here's the rule on Christmas decorations, okay? You put them up on December 1st at the earliest, and then you leave them up until January 1st, and you take them down.
You think?
It's done. Yes, it's done. It's over.
Interesting.
You can leave all the holiday goofy shit up from the 25th till January 1st. Celebrate, get drunk, have a hangover the next day. You know what? Hey, are you hungover on January 1st? That's fine. You can leave them up until January 2nd at the very latest. But if they're up on the 3rd, you're disgusting. You're a disgusting pig.
Mine will probably be up till February, so yeah. Cool, man.
Got it. And you feel like a disgusting pig, is that correct? Tell us about. Are you gonna puke on your keyboard right now?
I'm drinking Diet Coke, so I burp a lot. So yeah, I'll probably be relatively quiet today. I've got a pretty bad stomach ache, so
little tummy ache,
I ate some spicy Mexican food the last couple of days. I think it's just fucking me up. Spicy Mexican food, cheese, dairy, you know the vibe. So I think just got a whole little thing going on down there, you know.
What are the odds you throw up again during this broadcast?
Well, if I suddenly get up and leave, I'm just going to go force myself to throw up again if I feel like it.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll happen. Yeah. So, yeah, Tanner's going to be a little extra quiet today, a little mousy. He's feeling under the weather.
I probably won't say another word until Stay Humble, so have a good pod, Raz. I'll be here listening.
Got it. All right, and now, so if you're new here, just letting you guys know.
Got it.
We do announcements. We start with announcements, then we get into the program. If you don't want to listen to the announcements, which you of course should, there are timestamps. You can skip them and go straight to the meat and potatoes of the show. But so there you go. There are timestamps if you're new here. But we do have some announcements. And that's what we're going to get into first. So, firstly, welcome. A lot of new patrons. Many people's New Year's resolution was to go to patreon.com/thedropshot and sign up. And we appreciate that. We love that. We're here for it. And these are some smart... This is the only New Year's resolution I approve of, is joining the Patreon or upgrading at patreon.com/thedropshot. And many of you figured that out. And I'm happy to hear about that. Excuse me. So, welcome to our new gold patrons. ACAP 13, change it. Welcome, brother. Will L, Willie L, William L, Bill L, Billy L, Buck L. William might have the most nicknames of any name there is, by the way. There's William, Will, Willie, Bill, Billy, Buck, Bucky. That's 7. That's 7 nicknames. That's a lot. So just keep that in mind when you're naming your children. And also, Will, welcome, dude. Thanks, bud. Much appreciated. This guy is He was a colonist, by the way. His family is a long line of American settlers with that last name. And that first name, really.
Is Bucky really a nickname for William?
Yeah, my uncle's name is William. We call him Bucky. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Buck. I think that's a nickname for William. We say that. I don't know if
I don't think it
that's
is,
a
buddy.
thing. Let's look it up. Let's look into it. Hey, Bucky L, thanks for signing up, dude. Much appreciated.
Thanks, Buck.
Appreciated. And Just Changed It Fuckers has also joined the Patreon at the gold tier. So, okay. Changed it from what? You're a new patron. I don't get it. But I'll take it, I guess. Keep the D lowercase, by the way. Other than that, you did all right, I guess. But welcome, boys. Much appreciated to all of you. Now, we also have an upgrader from gold to platinum. Sky High Artist. Absolutely fucking change it. Upgrading from gold to platinum. Thanks, Sky High Artist. I hate it. Much appreciated, though. Welcome aboard, sir. And you guys are all awesome, but Jeremy S. is better than you because he is our new Damascus patron. Holy shit, man. Hey, Jeremy. There's no nicknames for Jeremy, on the other hand. You say Jer. That's like a shortening, though.
Jer.
Yeah. But I think that's it.
Jeremy.
Jeremy. Germ.
Kid in my high school, everyone called him Germ.
Really?
Yeah.
And his name was Jeremy.
Jeremy, yeah, they called him Germ.
Was he disgusting? Did he look like a
No,
germ?
he was actually a popular little guy. He was short though, man. That's why they called him a germ, a little tiny germ.
Yeah,
Short
he was
little buddy,
microscopic. Yeah, much like many germs are. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe all the
Microscopic
germs,
Jeremy, yeah.
Actually, yeah. Hey, Germ S, thanks, dude. Our new Damascus patron. Much appreciated. Also, we had some wise people, okay, smart, financially responsible people with New Year's resolutions. Some annual patrons. Kevin J is one such person. Our new annual gold patron, Kev. Thanks, buddy. Very kind of you. Just going whole hog, as they say, and we'll take it. We appreciate it. Kevin, thank you. New annual platinum upgrader, Eric B. Let's absolutely fucking know. Just getting that 12 or 16% discount. Don't remember the number. It was the most we could do. And that's what we did for signing up annually. A fat discount.
Yeah.
Well, it's a discount, yeah. It's either 12 or 16%. I don't remember which, but it's the max discount we could give you guys for going annual. You're saving money. So you should consider doing it. And Eric B did consider it. And Eric, thanks. Brother. Eric, brother. We appreciate it, dude. And last and most important, best of all, better than all of you, Salty Rhombus. Editing, upgrading, being, again, financially responsible, fiscally responsible. Salty Rhombus, our new annual Damascus patron. Boys and girls, patreon.com/thedropshot. Thank you very much to all of you. Salty Rhombus, thank you as well. Most of all, of course, our biggest supporter. And you're all great, and we appreciate all of you signing up, but you could have done better like Salty Rhombus did. Honored, humbled, and privileged. Once again, patreon.com/thedropshot. 5 bonus eps a month. And more to come on that. And we will, of course, get into that. Also, Rune NDR with the offline sub on Twitch. Thanks, brother. Much appreciated. Very kind of you, sir. Tanner, any...
Salty went from monthly gold to annual Damascus, by the way.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
The audacity.
He's been gold for a while, too. He teased us for a long time. Months.
Little
before he did
teasing.
it.
He needed, and here's the thing, guys. Listen, if you're not a patron, here's what Salty did. He sampled. He went to the Costco fucking guy or girl, got a couple samples at gold, and was like, you know what? This has value. I'm upgrading. And he did it. All of you should do the same. Like, be like Salty Rhombus. So, anyways, thank you all very much. Rune, thank you as well. So, real quick, a couple other small announcements here. On the YouTube, youtube.com/the Dropshot podcast or pod. I think it's podcast on YouTube. You just search for us, you'll find it. Or go to thedropshot.com. We have the YouTube link there. We have posted our latest gameplay breakdown of NZO Judas. It was a 4-minute submission, but it was a good one. There was actually a lot to talk about. We quite enjoyed doing that one. And that is now live on the YouTube. So if you guys want to go check that out, you can view it publicly.
That was a good little one.
It is now available. And thank you again, Judas, for the submission. So yeah, that's on YouTube. You can go check that out. And then last announcement here, January 29th at a time, we are going to be doing our episode 200 extravaganza. Now, it's going to be on episode 201 because episode 200 is on a Thursday and we're not celebrating shit during the week. Like, what are we, Protestants? No, we're not doing that, right? We're going to celebrate on a weekend, on a Saturday, like a capitalist, okay? And it's going to be our episode 200 celebration, but it's going to be episode 201, technically speaking. It's going to be January 29th. Once again, mark your calendars. Take the day off and be there at a time. Now, we haven't decided what time we're going to be doing this program, but I will say we have a lot of little surprises, little goodies, just tucked away like squirrels. We've been just, what's it called? Hoarding? I think it's technically called hoarding. Yeah.
Hoarding, yep.
Just hoarding little goodies for you guys for January 29th at a time. We're going to be reflecting on another 100 episodes of the program. This isn't quite another year, or it's more than another year. Definitely more than another year, right? I don't know. I think it's been longer than 2 years. Time is an illusion. Time is fake.
I think it's been less. I think episode 100 was in like late. I don't know. I think it was in January sometime.
Yeah, maybe it's about a year.
Isn't that when you announced you quit your job?
Well, 52 weeks in a year. If we do 2 episodes a week on average, that would be another 104 episodes. So it would be about a 2 year as well. Yeah, actually. Yeah, it is.
We could just find it.
Yeah, it is. It is actually about. So it's basically going to be 2-year celebration. Another
January
100.
25th was our 101, which was the anniversary episode.
Okay.
Yeah,
There we go. So yeah, it's going to line up pretty much perfectly. So that's going to be really fun. And it's going to be a good episode in and of itself. We have a lot of surprises and new things on the horizon to announce. And also, we're going to do some special things for people that are there live. So you're going to want to be there live. Take the day off work. Now, we haven't decided if we want to do it in the evening so we can maybe drink, or if we want to do it in the afternoon so that we have all the energy in the world. I don't really know.
I feel like we do like an early evening stream, like a 5 or 6 maybe. 5 or 6 hour time.
That would be good. Just eat like an early little, like a late lunch,
cute little
early
dinner.
Yeah.
Get a tiny miniature dinner.
Go to Denny's, get a senior special at 3:30 p.m. And then
we could
get the broadcast started. We might do that. Yeah, we might do something like that. I think it would be good to drink for sure. So that we'll
drinking's great. Yeah, big fan of drinking.
Yeah, drinking's fun and exciting. So we'll figure out the time on that, but the day is set, January 29th. So take the goddamn day off work. So yeah. And then should we mention this part?
No, we'll just leave it for now.
Got it. All right. So any announcements from you, Tanner?
Nope.
All right. If you're listening for the jingle, here it is. alrighty then. So, welcome to the show. Today we have some good stuff to talk about, but not in the way of changes. A little bit to talk about in the way of changes, not much. Things I would expect, as we've been saying, are going to start picking up this week and next week. Activision is hopefully, ostensibly, finally back in the office. The developers are back, have been re-shackled to their chairs, their desks, which we of course support. The cat o' nine tails are back out in the hands of the middle managers at Raven Software, etc. And we're here for that. So, but they just got back in. So not too much has changed yet. By next week, we will have a lot more, hopefully, to talk about in the way of changes and new additions and bug fixes and patches and things like that. Today, it's more news heavy, more news focused, but there still were some changes. So we're going to start with playlist updates here briefly. In Vanguard, Pacific Party, Hardcore Carnage, Shiphouse, I don't know what either of those are, by the way. So Hardcore Carnage is hardcore something. Don't play hardcore. Pacific Party, no idea. No earthly idea what that is. Probably doesn't matter anyway. Shiphouse 24/7, that's the important one. That is in the game again. I played this a little bit today. I got Shipment TDM, DOS House DOM, and then Shipment TDM again. So unfortunately...
Yikes.
Yeah, this is the worst iteration of Shiphouse. They need to make it Shipment DOM, and DOS House take it out. Just make it Shipment DOM 24/7, honestly. But
yeah, I agree.
Still, this is still the playlist to be leveling them things, getting them camos, and it's back. And then Champion Hill Duos, Tiny Tactical, and Champion Hill Drills remain. So there you go. I don't know what Tiny Tactical is either. Probably small maps only, like Shipment. Shipment.
Yeah, like 4v4, 5v5, 6s.
Yeah. So anyway, cool. Also, Raven just announced, thank God, thank Christ, festive fervor has come to an end in Warzone. No more Krampus. No more elves. It's all gone. We're done.
Thank God.
It couldn't have lasted longer, actually. But it's out now. So, rejoice. Joy to the world. Krampus has gone. Amen. So, good to hear that.
Absolutely amen.
Yeah. So, also, playlist updates for this week in Warzone. Caldera, Vanguard Royale, Solos, Duos, and Trios, Vanguard Resurgence Quads, Regular BR, Only Quads, Cringe, Plunder Duos, and then Rebirth Island Resurgence Trios. I believe we went over this last week or 2 weeks ago, but just a little reminder for you there. Now, patch notes. Changes already in effect. So there's nothing. There's one tiny little patch, which we're going to talk about in a second. But first, we're going to talk about this Treyarch tweet and the Sledgehammer tweet. So Treyarch this morning tweeted, "We hope everyone had a safe and restful holiday break. Our mid-season Vanguard Zombies update drops on Tuesday. And with January 25th coming up next Saturday, we figured we'd post our 115-day blog a bit earlier than usual this year with all the details. Stay tuned next week." So next week, we're going to be getting some info on Vanguard Zombies. This has been one of the biggest disappointments with Vanguard was how completely and utterly cat shit the zombies in this game is, which took a lot of people by surprise, myself included, because we were told before release that Treyarch was in charge of zombies for Vanguard. I don't recall if we knew, or if we did know, I don't remember if we were told that Treyarch took over late in the game for zombies.
They must have. That's what it seems like now, huh?
Because that is what it seems like. Because when I heard, oh, Treyarch's in charge of zombies, this was a point you made. Oh, fantastic. Zombies is going to be fucking awesome. because Treyarch's like really good at zombies. Look at Cold War zombies. It was awesome. And it's because Treyarch was in charge of it. So we naively expected that the same would be the case for Vanguard, but Vanguard zombies has been, I don't think I've heard a single person say they like it. Like literally, one person.
Actually not one person, no one.
So,
yeah, and the thing is, we were excited because it's Sledgehammer's game, so Treyarch wasn't working on multiplayer. They were just working on zombies. So if I had to guess, I would say they were told very late, either they weren't going to do a zombies mode, or Activision was like, here, either start making a zombies mode now, we'll put it in Vanguard, or Sledgehammer tried, they did a terrible job, take over for them and see what you can do. So one of those two things happened for sure. They didn't have a normal cycle to develop zombies. I can guarantee that much, at least.
It does certainly seem that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you expect this blog post will entail for zombies? Do you think it's going to be good news? Do you think Vanguard Zombies is salvageable?
I don't know. I haven't played it because I haven't wanted to. I think the biggest thing is it just isn't like traditional zombies at all. It's not like you can't get up high levels. Like the pack a punch and everything is different. The guns get really bad at high levels from what I've heard. You still can't pause. So some of the things they already said they were changing, like they did say a pause button was coming. They said that, like a week or two after the game dropped. So that'll probably be coming in this update. But as far as what else we're getting, I really have no idea. But if it's some good changes, I'm excited to get into it and start playing it, because I do like zombies. It's just, literally haven't heard one single good thing about it. Not on Twitter, not on our Discord. All of our zombies players in our Discord absolutely hate it, despise it. Yep. They say it's the worst zombies ever in a COD. So I have, if we get some good changes, I'm very excited to hop back in, because I do like zombies and I want it to be good.
Yeah, that's something I was telling Tanner before the podcast, was like, man, I wish zombies was good, because we would just play it like tomorrow on stream. Like those Friday zombie streams, gameplay streams in Cold War were a lot of fun. You know, have a couple Trulies, kill some zombs, attempt and fail to go for an Easter egg because you start trying too late into the match.
Oh yeah.
It was a good time, but the zombies in this game is just and level guns while you're doing it, but the zombies in this game is just so poorly received. Now, do I think it is salvageable? I don't know. It seems really bad. I don't know enough about it to say what would need to change to make it fun again. So I don't know if it's salvageable. But on the other hand, it doesn't seem like Treyarch is in charge of anything else right now. Because Infinity Ward's busy with COD 2022, and Sledgehammer is in charge of Vanguard. Beanox and Raven are doing Warzone. So that leaves Treyarch with kind of like, as far as I know anyway, nothing really to do right now. So
they're working on COD 2023, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. That's part of it. But that's far enough away to where I feel like they would have enough time on their hands such that if it were possible to save Vanguard zombies, they could do it. But yeah, I don't know. That remains. It's probably going to
be one of those things where Vanguard Zombies becomes really good in like June or July, and then there's not much of a life cycle for it.
Yeah. So
if I had to guess,
that would be better than nothing, but I will not ever expect this Zombies to be as good as Cold Wars. Because like day one, Cold War Zombies was really good and fun.
Yeah.
And that's just not going to be the case. That isn't the case, obviously, for Vanguard. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. I do want to have the option to play zombies, so we will, as we said, keep you posted. So Sledgehammer also made a couple little tweets on January 3rd. The break is officially over, and we know you all have been patiently waiting for updates. We've been impatiently waiting for updates, Sledgehammer. We're happy to share a few of the changes that will be coming soon to Vanguard. And then a little bullet list. Changes to help with the completion of the Panzerfaust challenges, and then a dog emoji. Okay.
I don't even look at that.
So
I didn't notice the dog.
I think currently you do not need to kill ground-based streaks, with the Panzerfaust? Or maybe dogs will count.
I think you do.
Maybe dogs will count as aerial streaks? I don't know.
No, they'll just get rid of the aerial streak one.
Maybe, yeah. Why have a dog emoji? I feel like the focus has to be on ground-based kill streaks. Something related to that. Because why else put a little pup emoji, you know? Either way, this is good news, because the Panzerfaust is fucking annoying to get gold. So whatever this is probably going to be a good change. Perk adjustments to help counter all things fire. That is absolutely necessary. Yep. The fire spam is fucking outrageous. There is a bug right now in Vanguard, I played this morning, where if you get like hit with Molly, a Molotov, or the incendiary grenade, and you burn, and then you survive and get out of the fire, your screen burns until you die, even if you're taking no more damage. And it's a lot of your real estate, your screen real estate, that is occupied by shitty flame graphics. And it's incredibly annoying.
2008 graphics, those flames.
Yeah.
It looks so bad.
It's like Twisted Metal flames. Yeah, it's real trash. And really distracting and...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, dog shit. So... hopefully I can take a perk to where that doesn't come onto my screen, but we'll fucking see about that, won't we? We'll absolutely see about that. It would be great, but we'll fucking see. So I don't know what this means. This is probably going to mean they add something like Fortified also helps counter fire, because currently it does not, or at least it doesn't say it does. That was one thing Tanner and I talked about when we were quite a while ago talking about the perk list in Vanguard. Fortified is a blue perk, which is sort of the analog to like EOD from Modern Warfare. But the difference is EOD also helps protect you from burning. So you take less molly damage, explosion damage, obviously, and like thermite damage. But Fortified does not seem to do that. So I would assume this means Fortified's damage reduction to explosions will also now count for fire.
Yeah, I would imagine.
That would be good. I think that should be tied together for sure. So, a weapon balancing pass, sniper buffs, and shotgun nerfs. I think I'm fine with this. Shotgun nerfs, obviously, I'm fine with. And I think sniper buffs could be good. Depends what they mean by that, though.
Yeah, snipers, I think, need to be buffed a little bit.
They're terrible.
Yeah, they're really bad right now, so that's fine.
Yeah. And we'll see what they do with that. I don't know what exactly they're going to do. And then a tweak to mortar barrage to reduce duration. Excellent. That needed to happen day 2. So that's good. And then, thank you for your patience while we're working behind the scenes. You can expect more frequent updates now that we're back, with more to come this week. Sure.
By the way, all of these updates that they made it sound like, I know that these issues arose when we were on break. We're here to fix them. Not a single one of these updates they mentioned became an issue during this break. These have all been issues since day 1 of the game, by the way. And then they also said you can expect more frequent updates now that we're back. Hey, you were there for a month and a half before you went on break, and we hardly got any updates. We got more updates day 1 of the game than we did the following month and a half. So cool. Glad you're finally doing this. Let's not word this tweet and make it sound like it's, like with Raven and Warzone, there were issues that arose during the break, invisible skins, shit like that, pretty much. So that's understandable. None of that got fixed. This though, it's like, okay, don't make it sound like you were waiting to get back from break to fix these problems. They've been there.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm glad they're being fixed.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. I mean, the game came out, they had like the season 1 patch, and then they had weeks where nothing changed. And then they went on break, and then they came back and said, oh, now we're back. Now we can fix things. Hey, wait, hold on, stop. Don't pretend like you didn't have weeks before the break started to do any of these things. Yeah, agreed. So I saw a tweet during the break, but still it was like, someone was like 89 days since Vanguard was patched or whatever, which I don't know. It wasn't 89 days, but still it was a funny tweet. But anyways, whatever. Now onto Warzone. There was an update on January 5th. Gameplay. in Vanguard modes, the fire sale public event will now last for the entire duration of the respective circle that it starts with. So in general, the fire sale is going to be up longer than it used to be. It's going to be up for a whole circle. So, there you go. Which, I mean, that's fine. I don't know. I don't care very much about that. And then also fixed an issue causing the Awoken, the tier 100 skin, to appear invisible beyond a certain distance. So this is now fixed. That tier 100 skin will not make you invisible anymore, which is good. And so this is why we like Raven. That needs to be like the first thing you fix when you come back, and they did. So good.
Yeah.
And then they also tweeted yesterday, also on the 5th, we're aware of the concerns regarding the Akimbo double barrel shotguns in Warzone. An adjustment is coming in the near future. Stay tuned. Good. Yeah. Because these things are running rampant. As we told you guys on day one, literally, or I don't know if we had a podcast day one actually, but our first podcast after Vanguard came out, I said, hey, because I played on day one, I was full plates, got one shot killed, full plates to a ground loot combat shotgun. And I said, oh boy, shotguns are going to be a problem. And now people are catching on. So that's fine, because when shotguns are OP, they get nerfed pretty quickly by Raven.
I'm glad it took them that long to figure out this double barrel one. I mean, people didn't figure it out till like 2 weeks ago, so could have been worse.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? If people had figured it out right away, it probably would have been patched like the first week, so I guess it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Raven's pretty on top of things like that, and when shotguns are OP, no one likes it. You know? Like, no one wants to play in that meta. So that's one of the few things where like kind of everyone agrees like, yeah, this should be nerfed, you know?
Yeah.
So
it's just so crazy to me, all the tweets I kept seeing from people that are like, dude, okay, Raven came back from break yesterday. Why haven't we gotten a massive patch? And they're like, serious. It's like, do you not comprehend how the world works? They get back to work barely on Monday. They're dragging their feet still. They probably don't really start till actually, I don't even think they started working until Tuesday. So it's like, bro, these kids expecting massive patches like that day or the next day, it blows my mind. It's like you've been talking about how they've been on break for 2 weeks. What do you think they were working during that break and just, hey, did they have just 8 patches lined up, but they just didn't release them because they were on break? No, you fucking moron kids. Yeah. They were on their break.
Yeah.
So it's like, we'll probably see, I bet, an update tonight or something, another small one, I would imagine. Maybe something like the nerf to these shotguns could come, but you know, if anything like that happens, we won't see a drastic weapon balancing update or anything yet. But I could see like something else happening tonight, because that's what they did when Caldera dropped. You know, there was a patch like every day of the week, almost, a little tiny one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens.
We will. One thing. Okay, so hear me out. I think the way they will nerf this shotguns, part of it is going to be if you use them akimbo, you move really slow. I bet you that's what they do. Because that's one of the biggest nerfs to the Psychov they did, was they made your movement speed dog shit.
Yeah, you're right.
Which was actually a pretty good way to nerf it.
It's like the slowest movement speed pretty much in the game,
actually,
I think.
it's insanely slow. It's a decent way to nerf it. So they need to nerf the damage range, obviously, but I think you guys can probably expect a movement speed nerf too. Maybe not, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Just kind of a thought to throw out there. So
yeah.
But other than that, that's it as far as changes, which is, as Tanner just said, not a surprise to any adults listening who knew that these people were on break. Now, to be clear, don't get me wrong, I don't condone any Activision employee or subsidiary being given breaks. I'm not glad that they were allowed to go spend time with their families. Have time
they should
off
never
of work.
be able to see their families, right? Yeah,
they should absolutely be chained to their desks until they have a competent quality assurance team. And up until that point, they don't deserve breaks. So we're not condoning the fact that they got breaks. But we understand that since they did, of course, there weren't going to be any big changes by now. So there were. Yeah. So next week, once again, expect some bigger changes to to come to the game.
They've also updated their Trello board with some issues that people are having, like the buy station freezing. There's a throwing knife bug. You equip a certain throwing knife right now, then you come back if you win the gulag or something, you come back with your perk still. That's what's causing that bug is a throwing knife blueprint.
Oh.
So they're aware of stuff like that. Issues on PlayStation with like freezing and graphical issues. So they did update all that on their Trello board. So I would expect a patch for a lot of those things probably in the middle of next week.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So yeah, like Tanner said last week, actually, I think for the next week or two, it's going to be kind of cleaning things up. Maybe they nerf the shotguns, and then a while after that, more substantive weapon balancing.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
And then, it's like maybe down the line, then we'll start getting some changes to like the 3.5 optic to make it operate and seem more like axial or VLK, things like that. But that's like well over a month away, I would imagine.
Yes.
They've got a lot of other little issues to deal with first.
And that's the correct order too, I think, honestly. Yeah. Raven's been good about that. Raven in general has been pretty smart with how they patch things, how they prioritize patches. I mean, day one, they come back, they fix that invisible operator skin. Of course, that's what you're supposed to do. And they actually did it. I mean, so like, why are you giving them kudos for doing the most obvious thing ever? Because I played Warzone when Infinity Ward was in charge of it. And it was not dog shit. And nothing obvious or clear or easy ever happened with Infinity Ward. Ever. The invisible skin would be in for a year if Infinity Ward was in charge of this game. So that's why I'm praising Raven for doing the absolute bare minimum. So, in case anyone's fucking confused.
They would just add a second drop-off range for the invisible skin. So right now you can only see like its head when you zoom in at 33 meters. They would add a second range to like 43 meters or 44 meters where you don't see anything. Yeah. That would be their way of nerfing it.
Yep. Or they would add in 8 other invisible skins. So just everyone's invisible now.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Or they would, or instead of invisible, they would just give you a crossing guard reflective jacket and have you just glowing so everyone can see you even through walls. Yeah, maybe they would do that. Those are a list of the things Infinity Ward would do. But what they wouldn't do is fix the issue.
Cheers to 2022 and resolutions you can actually keep. How about having clean and shiny balls all year round? Our sponsors at MANSCAPED are here to save your balls this year and make the ball drop into 22 the cleanest and sexiest ever. Set your first New Year's resolution with good intentions and join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. With our exclusive offer, go to manscaped.com and enter code DROPSHOT for 20% off plus free shipping. It's a new year, new me, with the global leaders in below-the-waist grooming. This year, take your package to the next level with their Performance Package 4.0 and brand new Ultra Premium Body Wash. Inside the Performance Package 4.0, you'll find the signature Lawn Mower 4.0. This electric trimmer is designed to trim hair on loose skin. The advanced skin-safe technology reduces cuts and nicks on your delicate little nuts. It also comes equipped with a 4000K LED spotlight that will shine a light to the promised land 2022 looks to be. A grooming routine isn't complete without applying Crop Preserver and Crop Reviver before showing off your 2022 self. These unique formulations take care of the smelliest, disgusting parts of your body and are a big boost to your confidence into the new year. To complete the set, Manscaped threw in their Shed travel bag and anti-chafing boxer briefs as free gifts to keep all of your goodies stored comfortably. And the new product that needs no introduction, the Ultra Premium Body Wash from Manscaped solves all three for the perfect addition to your daily grooming routine, but in the shower. I shower every day, of course. I hope you guys do. The body wash smells great. It's cologne infused with aloe vera and sea salt to keep your skin feeling clean, nice, and moisturized. The wife loves it. It's approved. Kick discomfort and poor hygiene to the curb this year and use the best tools for the job. Whether your resolution is to work out more, game more, travel to new places, raise your KD in Warzone, be sure to travel to manscaped.com. for our exclusive offer of 20% off plus free shipping with code DROPSHOT. Cheers to new balls in 2022. 20% off free shipping with the code DROPSHOT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code DROPSHOT. It's a new year. No pubes in 2022 with Manscaped.
Now, news and upcoming changes to the video game. Here's where we get into the fun and exciting portion of today's episode. Today's edition. Today's installment of the Drop Shot, okay? This first here is a tweet from Charlie Intel. This is news, sort of. I find everything about this fascinating. So Charlie Intel tweeted 24 hours ago. So on the January 4th/5th. Don't tweet at midnight, Charlie Intel. You're confusing. And you make grammatical errors when you do. And when you don't. There are 99 QA testers across Activision on strike. So, by the way, QA so, okay, now maybe I'm wrong. Okay, let me just read the tweet. There are 99 QA testers across Activision on strike, including Raven QA team. There are a bunch of bugs and issues with Warzone that need to be fixed. Activision executives should really step up here and find a solution with the QA testers to move forward. Now, number one, Keshav, you need a QA team for your Twitter. Number two, as far as I know, QA stands for quality assurance. And what a QA person or division or a tester would do is say I make a mobile game, okay? And I'm a smart company, so I have a QA division. Their job is to have this mobile game and to test it for quality before you put it on the App Store. And to definitely not let it be the case that the QA team looks at it and says, oh, logo's nice, throw it on. And then people try to play the game and it resets their phone and steals their credit card information. But that would be the equivalent of what, for a long time, has been going on with everything across Call of Duty. I'm shocked that there used to be quality assurance testers that are now going on strike. I find it very interesting. So there are 99 across Activision studios on strike, including the Raven quality assurance team. So the reason Charlie singled out Raven and their QA team is because they're in charge of Warzone. That's what most people care about. Now, to be completely fair, Raven's QA team has done fairly well, I think, with respect to Warzone. So that's actually pretty worrying. But like the Infinity Ward QA team, you should let them go on strike and never allow them back. They weren't doing shit anyway, obviously. But and we could talk about the other studios, but this can't be a 6-hour program. So we'll start with Raven here. What are your thoughts on this? Why is it the QA testers specifically going on strike? Were these the people that got laid off?
Yes.
I believe they were, right? The 12 layoffs were in QA.
Yeah, so remember, we talked about it a few weeks ago. 12 QA testers got laid off. More than 500 temporary workers across Activision studios were promoted to full-time employees. But, people don't care about that. People care about the 12 that were laid off. So that's what this is referring to. I don't know. I feel like everyone blaming a QA team on strike for bugs in the game is insane, because I guess they've been playing a different Warzone than us for almost the last 2 years. I mean, literally every single patch, something else breaks. So it's like, okay, there's always something broke. I'm going to be honest. I don't think the QA team has no effect on the bugs that are in Warzone right now. Absolutely none,
Yeah.
So I think that's just something people reach for. And because, everyone now on Twitter, you gotta always back up the little guy and Activision's the big mean guy, so they want to support these 12 QA testers. I get it. People want to make themselves look real good, but like I said last time, hey, my mom got laid off. She's at her company for 30 fucking years. Laid her off one day out of nowhere. It happens, guys. That's how these corporations operate. Constant layoffs. It sucks for those people. They're lucky there's only 12 of them. It's cool they promoted and an extra 500 of full-time employees. It does suck, but let's stop blaming the bugs in the game because of a few QA testers that are on strike right now. It's absolutely not the reason. They've been on strike for 2 years, if that's the case. It just, people just reach for something and want to put the blame on something for the game being buggy. Hey, whatever. It's buggy right now. It always has been, pretty much.
Yeah, actually. I would be very curious to know, before all of the QA drama, on average, how many bugs did the QA team... So, let's go to Infinity Ward, okay? Let's say Infinity Ward is releasing Season 4. And then before they release it, it goes to the Infinity Ward, this fantasy QA team that Infinity Ward used to have, or still has. I wonder how many bugs they caught, or said they caught. On average. How many do you think they could have possibly caught? The answer is either 0, or they caught 20 and they're actually really good, but the devs are so fucking terrible that they just can't catch all the bugs. There's too many. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, especially with Infinity Ward. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
And to be fair, when you're talking about Warzone, Raven's done a good job. Their QA team's done a pretty good job. Even with a competent QA team, when you're making a new season of Warzone, there's going to be bugs, even with a good QA team. It's such a massive enterprise. It's such a giant undertaking. There's so many moving parts. I'm not a fucking coder, but I imagine there are so many moving parts and so many things that can go wrong with a fucking new season of Warzone. One of the biggest games, if not the biggest game, certainly top 10 on Earth, that of course some things are going to slip by. But
yeah, far less bugs than we thought there was going to be.
Yeah, with the
far
integration.
Less.
Yeah, and that's another, to the credit of Raven and their QA team, that integration went exceedingly well. Far exceeded our expectations. We thought it was going to be a shit show. We thought it was going to be less of a shit show than the Cold War integration by 20%, but it was actually by 95%. It went insanely smoothly. Not for console players so much, but for us, it was extremely smooth. And still, by any metric, console or otherwise, it was way better than the Cold War one. So,
yeah, where were the QA testers when about 10% of the Cold War attachments worked in Warzone? What were they doing then?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So don't blame them because the game's buggy right now. Doesn't seem like they have much of an effect. Obviously, they do a lot behind the scenes that we're unaware of, but there's bugs with or without them. There's going to be a shitload of them.
Exactly. So,
but it's basically they're all on strike right now, saying they're not going back to work until Raven/Activision hires back those 12 employees. It's okay, you'll be back to work in a couple weeks, or they'll just end up firing you and hiring a new team.
Exactly. Yep. Here's what's going to happen.
You're a QA. Sorry. At the end of the day, I'm sorry. You're a QA tester. That's not, I don't believe that's that high level of a job. They'll replace you immediately.
Yeah, they will.
There'll be so many college age kids that would love to work for Raven and work on Call of Duty. Believe me, there will be thousands of people applying for those openings.
And all of these Warzone players who are shaming Activision and wagging their fingers at them on Twitter. Guess what happens when Activision cleans house, fires every single QA tester on strike, and hires a bunch of other people, new people, and pays them less money? Guess what all those finger waggers are going to do?
Oh, apply for it?
No, they're going to fire up that stream the next day and continue playing Warzone. Just like they were going to. No one on Twitter shaming Activision is serious. No one has the balls. No one has the courage of their convictions. No one actually cares about the QA testers. all of these virtue signalers on Twitter who stream Warzone, they're going to keep streaming Warzone no matter what they do. Activision could kill the families of every QA tester, and these people that are malding on Twitter saying Activision needs to hire them back, or I swear to God, what? What are you going to do?
Yeah,
you're going to
exactly.
keep playing Warzone, you rat. So anyways, I'm not trying to single anyone out with that statement. I don't really know if I don't see anyone complaining about this, but I know that they do exist on Twitter, and make no mistake, you'll keep playing Warzone, and Activision knows that, and they will not hesitate to fire everyone on strike right now, because yeah, I can't imagine it's that hard to get new QA testers.
You know, maybe this something else they said here. So they said, blah, blah, the 12 workers were provided extended notice, 2-week holiday paid break. We'll be working with those that need relocation assistance. Then it says, Raven is full of people dedicated to improving the culture at Activision, and we look forward to partnering with employees to do that work together. That last sentence almost makes me think like they laid off the people that were doing a shit job, or that they didn't think were a good fit for the company. It's like, you know, everyone's always quick to jump on, oh, these people got laid off. Hey, what if they were shit employees? You're going to complain them? What if one of them was one of the Activision cubicle crawlers? You're going to defend them then? It's like, we don't. Sometimes these people get laid off for reasons. You know, layoffs are supposedly like random, you know, quote random essentially, but it's like, you know, they lay people off for certain reasons all the time.
Yeah.
And getting laid off is better than being fired anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I think a lot of this is just Activision's in a lot of hot water right now. It's in vogue to be raging against the Activision machine on the internet, which is fine. Like Tanner was just saying, that's, you know, they're the big, mean, evil, greedy, capitalist pig corporation or whatever. So it's good, you know, it's the thing to do, but they're going to figure it out. I don't think they'll hire those 12 people back, though. No. I think the strike will break.
Why would those 12 people want to come back anyways? That's what I always wonder. The company let you go. Why would you want to even go back to that company?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. It would feel real weird walking back into that office, yeah. But yeah, either the strike breaks pretty soon, or they clean house and hire a bunch of new people. That's what's going to happen. I do not see them kowtowing to this kind of pressure, because then they're going to set a precedent, because I think Activision knows if they're like, all right, fine, your strike worked, we're going to hire those 12 dudes back, every division at Activision goes on strike.
Exactly. That's I had that same thought yesterday too. I'm like, you know, that's the issue. If companies like give in to these things, then there's, oh my God, they're going to constantly be having issues. That's why you just, you know, when you run companies like that, you can't give in to what the people quote want, because you'll end up getting fucked long. They'll be asking for everything else, and they'll all be asking for triple the pay they're making and saying they're going on strike, you know, all sorts of honestly ridiculous things at times. So kind of can't.
So that would be my guess, that they're not hiring those 12 back. Whatever happens, I don't think that'll happen, but we'll see. Either way, I mean, obviously I do hope it's resolved soon, because I'd rather have a QA team at Raven than not, regardless of how well they may or may not be doing their job. So anyways, this next tweet here is, well, this is a whole story, isn't it?
It's a whole little tiny story, yeah.
In a new statement from Activision, tweets Charlie Intel, that was sent to Games Industry Biz, change it. The company says, Activision, that Raven's leadership is working with QA testers on how to move forward, but currently says the 12 QA testers being laid off will not change. They will work with those affected in relocation assistance. So this is kind of what Tanner was just saying.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was talking about.
I thought this was the next thing. Okay, so the next thing. Activision, this is an article from Charlie Intel. Many of you have probably heard about this. Activision files lawsuit against notable cheat provider EngineOwning. Huge, dude. This is one of the very rare instances in which I am in favor of a decision Activision made, and this is one of them. So way back when, almost a year ago maybe, Activision sued some rinky-dink little cheat provider. They served them with the lawsuit. The fucking next day, the guy in his basement that ran that little shit company was like, oh, fuck this. I'm not facing Activision's considerable legal team. See ya. And
that was like that Cronus guy, wasn't it?
No, not Cronus.
Wasn't that the person? No, he was like designing some software. It was like a cheat for a console. That's who the guy was. It was like AI learning for consoles. And there was that video going around YouTube. And it was like basically like aimbot snapping, but you were on a console on a controller. And that's what he was designing. And that's the guy that I think they sent him a cease and desist. And he's like, okay, I'm done. I won't do this. Fuck this. We will no longer be continuing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a form. I think there's been a couple of other times they've done that.
Okay. Yeah, you might be right.
Time.
You might be right. Yeah. But notably, so now Activision's filed a lawsuit against EngineOwning. The difference in this circumstance between the last one or two or however many is that EngineOwning is a legitimately large company, and I believe they're the biggest cheat provider for Warzone, and that would probably mean they're the biggest cheat provider on the planet. And if they're the biggest, that means they also have the most money, which means they might want to fuck around and fight this lawsuit. Now, are they as big as Activision? Probably fucking not. I would be shocked if they were. They're still small time compared to Activision, but they are way bigger than those other little shit companies or guys in their mom's house that got sued or served, whatever. So this is a big deal, and no one really knows exactly what's going to happen quite yet, but they filed a lawsuit against them. So there's a little bit of info here. In a suit filed in the state of California on January 4th, Activision took aim at EngineOwning, claiming that their cheats have caused, quote, millions of dollars in damages, and that they are developing new cheating software for another of their titles in Overwatch. So they're not suing just for Call of Duty, but I think Call of Duty is the primary issue game on the subpoena, because I've read like the first page of it or saw some of it. Activision is seeking to, quote, put a stop to unlawful conduct by an organization that is distributing and selling for profit numerous malicious software products designed to enable members of the public to gain unfair advantages. These ongoing activities damage Activision's games, its overall business, and the experience of the COD player community. This court, a California court, must put a stop to the defendant's misconduct, the defendants being EngineOwning, and Activision is entitled to monetary damages, injunctive and other equitable relief, and punitive damages. So that's big. That is really big. And I don't know what's going to come of this. So they're seeking the maximum, is what they say, amount for each instance of cheating, $2,500 for each violation, and all revenue made from cheat sales in the United States. So every time you sold cheats to some guy, you owe me $2,500, EngineOwning. And also, on top of that $2,500, you also owe me whatever that guy paid for your cheats. All of that is now my money. That's the subpoena. And then an hour before the lawsuit was announced, EngineOwning had tweeted this: "Dear members, we are happy to announce EngineOwning for Warzone is updated and ready to use again. Downtime is compensated and adding 7 bonus days as well to your subscription time. Have fun cheating. Vanguard is following very soon." What are your thoughts so far, Tanner? Pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's this kind of, I think, scares other cheat providers too for other video games. This is what the whole industry needs, is a bunch of top companies like Activision suing these guys, because that'll scare the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Because, if they win this case, I don't know how the companies end up paying it back, but I mean, obviously this person or persons named in the lawsuit, I think there were a few, they'll never, like, how do they even pay that money back? You know, they would never be able to. And EngineOwning is based out of Germany, by the way. The Charlie and Tall article did say that it's owned or operated by an individual out of Germany.
Yeah.
So I don't know how all this works. Like if it's filed in the state of California, how does the whole law system work? You know, does that mean that person would literally have to come to the United States for a trial, or do you think they just end up settling outside of the suit? How does that usually work?
I don't know, dude. I think if it's in a California court, the Germans would have to come to California.
That's crazy. Well,
if it goes to trial,
what court they're going to.
If it goes to trial. So so what would happen, as far as I know, if you're a lawyer, let us know in Discord or something. But from what I understand, if EngineOwning just lost the lawsuit, they wouldn't have probably the money to pay everything being asked for. They probably don't have $2,500 times 300,000 subscribers that they have had or whatever, plus all of the money that they have ever made in sales ever. That money doesn't exist. So let's say that is like whatever, $500 million. EngineOwning probably doesn't have that money. So what would happen is the company pays they liquidate, they pay all of the EngineOwning, whatever the company's worth, they sell all their computers, they empty all of their pockets that are in the corporate accounts, they empty it all, they give it to Activision, and then they file for bankruptcy. So if they're awarded $100 million, they end up paying whatever, $53 million, because that's literally all they can possibly pay. And then the company no longer exists, and then that's it. That, as far as I understand, that's what would happen if Activision won the suit. When there are big lawsuits like this, though, a lot of times what happens is they just settle out of court.
Yeah.
And then the amount that is settled for is like not disclosed publicly. That's usually part of it, is like some NDA. And then everyone kind of goes on with their lives. But in this case, I don't think Activision will settle.
I was going to say they shouldn't. They should prove them a point. They should go to whole trial for this.
Well, because if Activision settled and then they just allowed, well, hold on. They could settle under the condition that EngineOwning signs a legally binding document. They never make a product for any Activision game ever again. And then EngineOwning just continues to exist. They pay some amount of damages, but not the whole thing. And then they also sign something saying, okay, we're done with Activision. We'll never make a cheat for you guys again, but we will continue to exist and make cheats for fucking Counter-Strike and Valorant and shit.
Yeah, true.
That's another possible outcome. Now, as a Call of Duty player, that's better than nothing, but I do hope they don't settle at all. But that would be if you're Activision, you would require that as part of a settlement. The money wouldn't be enough. Because I think they're right when they're saying in their opening kind of statement or whatever, look, EngineOwning has costed us literally millions of dollars. I think that is actually probably true. How many casuals do you think have just quit or did quit?
Yeah, how do they prove that, though, in court?
It's hard. I don't know. But that's another thing. We might get a lot of metrics on Warzone if this does go to trial, because trials are public. So if Activision's like, look, here are the metrics for how many players we have, here's how many quit, blah, 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 whatever, then that would become public knowge. We might learn a thing or two, which would be cool.
Fantastic, actually. Yeah. So I do hope this goes to trial. Man. Know what they should do after they sue them and EngineOwning can never operate again is hire all of these guys that were working for EngineOwning, because they're probably all better coders than anyone that works at Activision. So they'll either get hired by Activision or the United States government, hopefully.
Yeah. It would be like Operation Paperclip, dude. Take those Nazi scientists, and instead of having them make fucking Zyklon B, you have them make rocket ships to go to the moon with. That would be a very cool little, you know. And, well, if you're an EngineOwning developer, you are pretty morally equivalent to a Nazi. So that is a pretty apt analogy, I think. That's a joke, obviously. But you're still not a great person if you're making cheats for Warzone. So
no, you're a scumbag. Yeah,
I think no matter what happens,
you're a smart scumbag.
I think that no matter what happens with this is a good thing. And the next obvious question is, you're EngineOwning. What do you do? What do you think they'll do?
I don't know. I did see something that they had posted. They have like their own forums or something. I couldn't find the tweet, but they had said something about everyone don't be alarmed at the news today. Like, don't worry about it. And then they said something about there won't be some big exit scam. Don't know what that means. That makes it sound like, oh yeah, we're shutting down, but we're not going to scam you guys. Like, we're going to give you your money back or something. So that was a little shocking to see. But then they also said like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, oh, it's nothing. But of course, what else are they going to say? They're not going to post on their own forum, oh guys, we're scared, we don't know what to do. No. Yeah. They're going to say, obviously, don't worry about it, man. That's fine. And they're going to continue to sell a few more cheats here and there. And yeah. I
wonder if, legally speaking, EngineOwning has a case and they can like win the like if what they're doing isn't illegal, because I don't actually know. I have no idea. I think this is kind of a new frontier in law, because there's no. I don't think
there's been other lawsuits. There's been other lawsuits that involve cheating companies and stuff.
Oh, okay. Were they like lost?
Yeah, Activision's been in some of them, I believe, like years ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it'll. I mean, it's got to be in the terms and conditions somewhere in there that you can't use unlawful outside third-party software programs to gain yourself an advantage.
Yeah, but that's the player. That's not EngineOwning. EngineOwning didn't sign that contract. They didn't agree to those terms and conditions. They're a third party.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Something will come out of this, whether or not Activision actually gets millions and millions of dollars from EngineOwning, I don't know. But if I do think this will end up being either the end of EngineOwning, or we'll see them go down for a long time, which even that would be a good thing. Maybe they'll stop. They won't be making or putting cheats out there for months and months. And then, Kunos come back at a later time under a different name. That's how all these little shady companies operate. But even then, they'd at least be down for a good period of time, I would imagine.
Yeah, for sure. I think,
and they were like by far the main cheat provider for Warzone.
Yeah, I think pretty much no matter what, this is a good thing. The only way this would be bad is if this went to court and Activision lost. But I do not see that happening. I think that is so far-fetched, especially with how many insanely good lawyers that considerable legal team's going to have.
That's what I was going to say. Oh, and they'll pay off the judge and they'll pay off the jury if they have to. They'll write $1 million check to each of them and say, hush, hush, we're winning this case, right? Right. And they'll say, got it.
Yeah, you think Bobby Kotick doesn't have a few fucking federal judges in his pocket? He was on Epstein's plane, man. He's rubbing shoulders with all these people.
Allegedly. He was in his book. We don't know if he was in the plane, but he was in the book.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that allegedly. Yeah, I'm joking. And even despite that, I don't think you even need to be corrupt if you're Activision to win this case. I think like if you just get a bunch of good lawyers, you don't have to know any judges. I think you can just win this on its own merits, probably. I don't know the law, again, obviously, but, I realistically, I think this is nothing but a good thing. And it does also scare off other cheaters, too, other cheat providers. So EngineOwning gets taken to court. They lose or they settle and stop making cheats for Activision ever. Every other cheat providing company or would-be cheat providing company is like, oh, fuck this. I'm not going through that.
Yep.
I'm not going to do it. And then they just stop.
Exactly. And then, while we're on that, next article here, following the news of the EngineOwning lawsuit, cheat provider known as Cynical Software announced yesterday afternoon they will no longer be providing cheats for any Activision title, and they've been removed from their website. I went to the website and checked. They're still selling like Warzone accounts, but it's like, it looks like basically you can buy an account if you've been banned, but it doesn't say anything about like there's aimbot involved. It's literally just an unlocked account. And then they were selling like camo unlocks and shit like that. Like you can like get every gun Damascus and it was like 50 euros or something. But I didn't see any form of actual like aimbot or cheat on their website. So that's already been gone. So there's one down the drain that got scared. And they said that too. They posted on like Telegram or something. They were like, yeah, we're not,
they're on Telegram.
We're not dealing with this shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
We won't be providing cheats for any Activision title as of now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there we go. They're going to all start to fall. If these other little tiny cheat companies see EngineOwning fall, oh boy, they're all falling with them.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Because if the big boy gets taken down, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think like Mullet said in chat, Activision probably did let them get as big as they were before they went after them. They've known about them obviously this whole time, but they were probably just building a case, and it's just going to end up with more money for them, even a better case, more proof, all sorts of things like that. And it's like, how long do you think a suit like that takes to file? That's like months and months, right?
A long
that process.
time.
So
yeah.
they've probably been working on this since like last summer, honestly, something like that.
Yeah.
So this has been a long time coming.
A long time coming. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, really good news. So one thing to keep in mind is that the resolution of this lawsuit, we do not see for at least like a year unless they settle. Shit moves slow in court.
Oh God, especially in California, yeah. We have the most criminals in the nation here. We got a real slow court system.
It's a very litigious state, yeah. So the only way we see the conclusion to this story soon is if EngineOwning caves, which I think is extremely likely. I think the most likely thing to come of this is EngineOwning says, all right, we'll settle. We'll pay you guys $100 million, and we will also sign a document saying we will never provide anything for Activision ever again. And then Activision says, fine. And then that's it. That is what I think is most likely to occur. But maybe Activision's so mauled, because Activision probably knows more about how many other cheat providers are impacting their game. If that number of other cheat providers is big enough, then they might say, fuck your settlement. I'm going to take you to court and I'm going to drag you to scare everyone else away.
Yeah.
They might do that too. But if the number of other cheat providers isn't that substantial, then they might just allow for the settlement. Just say, yeah, that's fine. And just take it. But I don't know. I mean, Activision will drag this out as long as they fucking want. Their coffers are endless. They have these lawyers on retainer anyway. I don't even know if they're paying extra money to file lawsuits, because companies have lawyers on retainer like this. I don't know if you go to trial, you pay more than the retainer, but I don't think you do. So I don't think Activision is actually losing money by like dragging this out so much longer, because they're retaining all these lawyers. But maybe they're paying more. I don't know.
Well, they'd probably spend more money going to court than if they settled. But in the long run, like you're saying, it's probably worth it for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not like EngineOwning can just ignore it and keep operating. No, these people running EngineOwning are named by name in the lawsuit, so they know who they are. They're not just going to keep operating and get away with it. Something, it could take months, but something will end up happening.
I do wonder how that works, though. If I live in Germany and I'm a German citizen, just be like, nah, fuck you. I'm not leaving Munich. But I think eventually maybe the United States would like extradite. I don't know. This is all over my head. But yeah,
Bobby should just fly to Germany.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's been on a lot of planes, so yeah, he could. He certainly could.
Or like, who's that set? Chuat says, why didn't Activision just burn down their houses like they did to the Warzone stat servers? Do you remember that?
I do.
That was the funniest thing.
Allegedly, yes, yeah.
Who fucking, burned down their servers. Oh, that's good. That's funny.
So
allegedly, for sure.
We'll see what happens, but yeah. So next here, on that note, in the meantime, hey, we can all fantasize about the resolution of this, but in the meantime, we're seeing some tweets. Mutex, a Warzone player, streamer, tweeted on January 3rd, is it just me, or is Ricochet not doing its job as well recently? Anyone else running into loads of cheaters? Shaded Step, friend of the pod. 5 cheaters and 8 games played on January 4th. On to Super People for the night, Smile, and others.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Now, as Tanner and I said, we've been taking a break from Warzone because of Krampus. And hearing about all these cheaters makes me even more glad that I have been taking a break. But yeah, Ricochet not doing super hot, and that's something we've kind of been mentioning. And so hopefully EngineOwning settles quickly and agrees to not, make any more cheats. But again, I'll reiterate, I think Ricochet, irrespective of the lawsuit, is going to get better with time. That's my optimistic hope. What are your thoughts on all this?
Yeah, it would have to. And they said that it will get better over time as they learn to detect more programs, and it's an ever evolving software. But I really did think right off the rip that a kernel level anti-cheat would just knock a bunch of them away and we would hardly see any. But I haven't played Caldera nearly as much as Mutex or Shaded Step have, but since we've played Caldera, we've probably seen 3 or 4 cheaters, and that's since it came out, over a month ago.
We saw very few.
So we haven't seen that many, but yeah, I've seen all the pros and shit are seeing them again. And, probably goes back to these cheaters are getting put in essentially lobbies with the top players because of skill-based matchmaking.
Yeah.
Because it's matching them up based on their KD. That's why they see them. That's why you guys in our Discord are like, I haven't seen a cheater on Warzone in 6 months. Yeah, buddy. No cheaters have that low of a KD. I'm sorry, Chief. Yeah. I'm really sorry, bud.
Yeah,
but
true.
They're in higher lobbies. They're with the pros.
Yeah. And one thing, by the way, so obviously Ricochet is not as effective as we had hoped it would be, at least not yet. And one of the worries, the concerns, one of the things I was very hopeful for, because if Ricochet did work very well, that would eliminate the need for shadow banning. Smile. Yeah. But, oops. Ricochet not doing as well as we hoped, at least yet. And therefore, a ton of shadow bans lately. A ton of them. So shadow banning is when it doesn't tell you you're banned from the game. It'll let you log in. But when you search for a match, it will immediately search for a match with 350 milliseconds of ping, and you'll never find one. And if you do, it's with a bunch of other people that are shadow banned, many of whom are actual cheaters, but some of whom are not. For example, OP Marked. Number 1 on Earth, number 1 wins in the world, in Warzone, partnered Twitch streamer, sanctioned by Activision World Series of Warzone competitor, right?
Yep, plays in lots of tournaments.
If anyone
streams every day,
is clearly not cheating. If you've ever met someone who should be on the whitelist, it is him. Guess who's not on the whitelist? Him. OP Marked. Friend of the pod. Shadow banned. Currently, as we speak, he is shadow banned. I think it's been 3 days now, something like that.
No, he just got shadow banned like yesterday, I believe.
I thought I was hearing about it like 2 days ago.
No, I think it was last night he got shadow banned.
Either way, just completely unacceptable. So you have this system where Ricochet is supposedly sniffing kernels. I'm not so sure anymore. But you still have a shadow ban system where, because OP Marked styles on 8 kids an hour and they all report him, Activision has no faith in their Ricochet kernel level anti-cheat. So they keep their shadow ban system, which is basically, we're going to shadow ban you until some guy views your logs and then determines if you were cheating or not, and then we'll either permaban you or unshadow ban you. And this is the dog shit system that was necessary when there was no anti-cheat at all, which shouldn't be necessary now that we have Ricochet, but obviously it is, because Ricochet is not doing what we thought it would be doing. And players like OP Marked and apparently many others are being shadow banned. I haven't heard of many other shadow bans besides this, though. Have you?
There's a lot. There's a bunch literally right now. Oxford just reminded me of another one. Jukies. He's like a top 5 earner in Warzone. Again, in all the tournaments and all the Activision sanctioned World Series of Warzone tournaments. He got banned live during a $25,000 tournament, shadow banned. Wow. Iceman Isaac, if I'm not mistaken, is shadow banned right now. Breadman is shadow banned right now. There are honestly, I think 5 to 10 pros that are at this moment are all shadow banned, all within the last 2 days. I know a lot of those people Kaylee plays with are shadow banned right now. Can't think of their names. I think one of the Revosec guys is shadow banned.
Oh no.
Just
if you searched just the word shadow banned on Twitter, it's all Warzone shadow bans. It's not any other game. You don't even have to type in Call of Duty. Just go on Twitter.
Too?
Pyman just got unshadow banned today or yesterday. He was shadow banned last week. Yeah, he's always shadow banned though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And
super crazy.
Some people think, oh, well, Ricochet's working. That's why they're shadow banned. And they're actually cheating. Wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. If Ricochet detected that some streamer was cheating, they wouldn't shadow ban them. They would ban them. And that's what we're hearing a lot of, going back to this EngineOwning thing. Despite the lawsuit, there are a lot of people in these EngineOwning tweets saying, man, I'm hardware ID banned. I made a new account and it instantly banned me. So Ricochet is doing something. Ricochet is definitely doing something. But that's what it would do if fucking Kaylee was actually cheating. It wouldn't shadow ban her. It would ban her. It would hardware ID ban her. The fact that they're shadow banned only tells you they got reported a lot, which does not mean they're cheating. Now, many times people who get reported a lot are cheating, but in the case of these huge streamers who have thousands of hours of their gameplay up and ready to be dissected and are clearly not cheating, when they get shadow banned, it's because they get reported a lot. It's not because Ricochet is doing its job, and it's not because they're cheating. So again, it is possible that some of these people happen to also be cheating, but the vast majority of the time, when some big streamer gets shadow banned, or in this current wave, these shadow bans are a result of salty shit cans reporting instinctively, and then their dog shit shadow ban system shadow banning. It is not because Ricochet did anything. I don't think Ricochet administers shadow bans. I don't think that's how Ricochet works. I think Ricochet says, oh, gotcha, hardware ID ban. I don't think Ricochet and shadow banning are even linked. You know, I don't know, but I don't think they are. So,
yeah, I'm looking through this right now. I see a couple Carnage Clan members, big Call of Duty content creators. They're shadow banned right now. And then the other one, FaZe Pomage, shadow banned. You know who he is, right?
I've heard of the name, yeah.
Yeah, he's like one of the biggest Call of Duty YouTubers of all time. This guy's been making COD videos since Call of Duty 4. He's shadow banned in Warzone right now. Yeah. I don't think he's ever been shadow banned either. So I'm almost certain that when we started talking about Ricochet, pretty sure you called this. I think I remember you saying that if this current system is still in place, the shadow ban issue will probably be worse than ever. And we'll see a ton of legit players even banned or shadow banned like this for a week. And it seems like that's what we're seeing. Seems like that was spot on.
Smile.
Yep.
Smile. And
so,
it's pathetic.
Fantastic.
It's just pathetic.
Especially someone like Pyman. How many times has this guy been shadow banned? What is going on there on the back end that he's been... Hey, if you thought he was cheating that bad, this guy's been shadow banned like 20 times in Warzone. Why is he not just perma banned at this point?
Yeah,
you know,
true.
All you do is keep shadow banning over. He must be shadow banned right now. He's playing Halo Infinite, so maybe he is shadow banned again. I see him live right now.
Yeah.
God, I don't. It's such a fucking ridiculous system.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe as Ricochet keeps evolving, then we'll see changes to the shadow ban system, maybe less of them, change how they work or something. But it's obvious that right now they've tweaked something because it's real bad. I don't think I've ever seen so many like pros being shadow banned in a period of time like that. Like OP marked 5,555 wins. He has never been shadow banned until yesterday.
Yeah, it's very
crazy.
Strange.
Hey, yeah, it's like Activision Raven. He's been on your top 10 leaderboard for a fucking year. If you thought he was cheating, why was this guy not banned months ago? Because he's not. You just have a ridiculous shadow ban system.
Yes, exactly. And the thing about it is, too, like, this was even more true before Ricochet. Like, shadow banning does work. It does keep actual cheaters out of, like, your matches. That's why it's a system. Like, it does do that. But it also catches a lot of legit players in its net, and that's rough. So from Activision's perspective, it is kind of a tough spot to be in. Are we going to ban 100 cheaters or shadow ban 100 cheaters, but then also shadow ban 20 legit players? Is that worth it? From a monetary point of view, it is worth it. Hey, you know how I know that? Because it's a system. Everything they do is to maximize the money they get, which is fine. That's what corporations are supposed to do. But, you know, it's a sticky situation for them to be in. But the hope was when Ricochet came out, there wouldn't be a reason to have a shadow ban system anymore. It wouldn't be necessary. But obviously it is. And it's been ramped up to 100 now, which is just very strange and unfortunate.
Ramp that sucker up, man.
So
Crank that sucker.
hopefully Ricochet continues to evolve, get better. The need for a shadow banning system disappears, or at least diminishes. And also, hopefully the lawsuit again reduces the requirement for a shadow banning system. But it seems to me that if shadow bans are still happening, that unless Ricochet gets near perfect, they're never going to take away the shadow ban system.
Yeah.
I don't know, which is really shitty if you're really good. Now, luckily
terrible,
I'm
yeah.
trash. So
we're
shadow
fucking
bans,
garbage.
Yeah. So luckily for us, shadow bans are never going to
we'll never
affect
get
us
shadow
personally.
banned.
But you know,
Well, we're whitelisted by Activision.
we are. Yeah, Raven are friends of the pods, and we've been
Raven
whitelisted.
listens
Yeah.
to the pod, yeah.
Can you imagine that fucking Razinon is whitelisted? 1.5 KD Razinon's whitelisted.
Well, you're like 1.4. Let's settle down.
No, I'm
bud.
not. I'm actually 1.5, dude. Check the
Got it.
logs. Check the
I'm not
logs.
checking the
I was
logs. I don't fucking care
1.48
that
for a
much.
long time, but now I'm officially a 1.5. Smile.
Got it.
But fucking OP marked 6.5 KD is not whitelisted. What a world we would live in if that were true. By the way, kind of is true. So, like fucking Tim the Tapman's whitelisted, almost certainly. He's not a 6.8 KD or whatever fucking
I don't think.
OP
Hey,
marked is.
I don't think Swag's ever been shadow banned, has he?
He's probably whitelisted too, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Smile. And those people should be whitelisted. I'm on board with them being whitelisted, but let's whitelist everyone that needs to be whitelisted.
Yeah.
But mainly let's get rid of the dog shit shadow ban system. So,
Yeah.
anyways, yeah. What is this absolute last article here, Tanner?
This is a cute little article.
Is
So
it?
breaking news, guys.
Oh, no.
We're getting Terminal in Call of Duty 2022. Can you fucking believe that?
Can you believe
Can you
it,
believe
man?
that, man? It's finally coming. They just, it's supposed to be a Modern Warfare 2019. It was guaranteed coming according to the leaks. They messed up the year. It's coming in Call of Duty 2022. That's when it's arriving.
Got it. So it was in the MW 19 files because it's 22. Got it.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Silly
again,
me.
come on, boys. Just stop. Just fucking stop it. We're done with leaks. We don't care about them anymore. We don't cover them. Most of them don't come true. This one's just too funny because again, hey, Terminal's coming to Modern Warfare 2019. High Rise is coming to Modern Warfare 2019. Firing Range is coming in Season 3 of Black Ops Cold War. And it's coming back again in 2022. All wrong.
Yeah.
So it's just, I'm so sick of seeing this shit, man.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Charlie Intel even gives them the time of day for this stuff at this point, honestly.
Well, here's the thing. These leaks are courtesy of the second most reputable leaker related to Call of Duty, Tom Henderson.
Tommy boy.
Friend of the pod, longtime listener, Damascus patron. What's up, Tommy boy? He's not. Let's change it, Tom.
Yearly Damascus, yeah.
Annual Damascus, Tom Henderson. We like Tom Henderson here. He's a leaker. He's very reputable. Second only to that website. What's the website called?
BGC?
Yes. I think they've been right about like every leak except for one. But
Yeah,
VGC
they have
also claims
yeah.
fewer leaks. And guess what? If you're going to be right about things, you'll claim fewer things because you wait until you know something's true to claim it. That's why they're reputable. But Tom Henderson's kind of the same way. So this, unlike when we heard Terminal, Shipment, Favela, fucking Nuketown were coming to MW 2019, that was not from Tom Henderson. I don't remember who that was from. I don't care. But Tom Henderson's far more reputable. And he's saying a lot of these MW2 maps are coming to Modern Warfare 2 COD 2022. Now, do I believe it? Yes. Actually, I do. But if we weren't told this was a leak, I would still probably think there's going to be a lot of MW2 remasters in this game. Call of Duty has been giving us remastered maps for fucking 10 years in a row now. It's no surprise they're going to continue doing that, especially when a game called Modern Warfare 2 is coming out. You think they're not going to give us some actual MW2 remastered maps?
Yeah.
Give me a fucking break. Of course
there
they
will
are.
be something.
Yeah, we didn't need a leaker to tell us that that's true. So that I do believe this. We love Tom. We respect Tom. And this does, Tom's word gives it some more credibility. But to go through the list of maps and say, and guarantee that these are coming to the game, let's hold on to those horses. Firmly grasp the reins on that. Hold your horses. I do think there will be some MW2 maps, though. Yeah.
There's been other rumors, too, though, that because, you know, the Modern Warfare 2019 maps were horrendous. Some of the worst maps we've seen in a Call of Duty game. So
only remasters, yeah.
So there's been a lot of rumors over the last few months that Infinity Ward is aware of that, Activision is aware of that, and they're changing the maps, and that they are going to have either more remastered maps or just more traditional maps, and they're done with that little experiment they had there because people did not like those. So yeah, it makes sense that in this game we see more remakes, but you know they say this every year, and things are apparently in the files, but they never come to the game. So whatever, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah,
I mean, I would like to see all these maps in the game. That's not the issue. It's just every year a year out they say all these maps are coming to the game. Got it, and like 1 out of 5 of them come to the game.
Yeah, we heard the same thing about Vanguard actually, that we were going to get that one of those World War II maps that we haven't seen yet.
Well, Vanguard was still early on.
Yeah,
I feel like there weren't a whole lot of leaks when it came to Vanguard for shit like that, honestly. Because it didn't have...
One of them was Castle, which was correct.
Yeah.
And then one of them was a World War II map. I can't remember the name of it, but it was good. But Docs, maybe?
Oh, Docs. Docs is rumored to be coming still. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
That was a fan favorite World War II map.
But there will be remastered maps coming to MW2.
Yeah.
For sure. And we wouldn't need a leaker to tell you that. Also, I think you're right. I think Infinity Ward, for all of their considerable many faults, they will still manage to not fuck up by making maps that were as much of a disaster as the MW 2019 maps ever again. I think the MW2 original maps are going to be new maps are going to be better on the whole than MW 2019. I think it would be very difficult to make them even as bad as MW 2019 maps, let alone worse. I don't think it's possible. I don't think they'll do that. I think they'll be better in general. If they were going to bring back 3 MW2 maps, what would they be? What would you want them to be?
Let's pull a map list.
3. Yeah,
this always makes it easier.
Yeah,
Modern Warfare 2 maps?
Yeah, MW2 maps. Yeah.
Let's go through these and look at them. Oh, yeah, Afghan was a fucking good one. These all of them? This doesn't seem like... that's the list I'm on. I feel like that's not all of them.
I think it is, dude.
Is it?
Yeah, this is a lot. Yeah, this is all of them.
Okay. So 3?
3. You have to pick 3. Which 3 do you want?
Favela.
No.
Boy. Favela, High Rise for sure, 2 of them. Probably.
If you don't say Terminal.
Skid Row. I think Terminal's a fine map. I think it's overrated, though. It's just always been an overrated map. It was a big... I don't know. I feel like it was kind of like a trick shotter map, too. I don't know. It's fine. I just think it's an overrated map. I think Favela is way better. High Rise is an interesting map, too. Estate's a good one, too. It had a lot of good maps. I was thinking Afghan, but I feel like Afghan would play bad in a modern COD. I feel like it'd be way too like campy or something. in a brand new Call of Duty title made by Infinity Ward again, I feel like that'd be a campy absolute disaster.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I like the state too a lot, but it was unpopular. At least I remember people not liking a state very much. Can you imagine a state on MW 2019? You wouldn't be able to see anything at any time ever.
I liked the state. That was a good map.
I liked it too, though. Yeah.
It reminds me of Lighthouse now in Tarkov, actually. House up on the hill.
I wanted to say Skid Row, but with how good shotguns are going to be, I don't want it. It would be such a toxic map. Imagine Skid Row on MW 2019, how fucking toxic that map would be. I loved Skid Row, but I wouldn't want it in a modern COD. I hate the CQB now. So I wouldn't say Skid Row. I would pick Underpass was dog shit. Fuck that map. I would pick Subbase. People sleep on Subbase. That map fucks. Probably Terminal and Favela. Those would be my three. If I had to pick three, that's what I would go with. So we will see remasters. Tom Henderson mentions High Rise and Terminal and Favela. Those are those three. I would be very happy with those as well. I think High Rise would be really fun in a modern COD. I think it would play pretty fucking well. Because it's not super small.
Yeah.
But it's also not fucking oh my god, Grozno Raid. You know, it's not gigantic by any.
It'd be a really good size, I think, for a modern COD. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. So
it could be a pretty bad map if snipers are overpowered, because you can just sit in those back windows and it's a mess. It could be hard to, get across the actual the rooftop there, but as long as we don't have Cold War snipers, that wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, exactly. And snipers, I think, were like pretty well balanced in MW 2019 multiplayer. I think they were.
God, MW 2 had such good maps.
Yeah,
even Invasion, Karachi, Quarry, those were all good maps. Every map on this list is at least decent.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the worst map is Underpass, and even then, that map is not bad.
Still better than every launch MW 2019 map.
Oh, easily. Yeah. This would be the best original MW 2019 map if it came out with that game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shoot House is better. Besides that, it would be the second best for sure.
Yeah.
So, anyways. All right, Tanner. Well, anything else? Little fucking tiny bud?
No.
All right. All right, boys and girls. That is it. Next week, we will have hopefully a more substantive program with some real changes to the game to discuss. Maybe some news. We'll go over that Zombies blog post, see what's coming with that. And we can kind of get back into the swing of things as Activision also gets back into the swing of things. So that's going to be a good episode. This Saturday, we're doing a podcast about a topic. So be there for that as well. And once again, thedropshot.com, you could find our merch store. We are out of black t-shirts, we're not out of black t-shirts. We're out of medium t-shirts. Yeah. That size is gone now. So we've been warning you guys. You guys think we're bullshitting. Okay, but we're not. The stock is running dangerously low. And now we're done. There are no more medium black, the Dropshot official merchandise t-shirts. They're gone forever. We'll bring back different medium shirts, but not that one.
Yeah,
you'll never see it again. So yeah, gain some weight or lose some weight, and then you can fit into a different size that we have in stock. Those are your options, or wait until the next drop. But check out the merch. Thedropshot.com merch store. We got a link to our YouTube video episodes. We got a link to our Patreon, patreon.com/thedropshot. The best way to support the show, 5 bonus episodes a month. We've got even more shit coming on the way, and we will announce that on January 29th at a time. Take that day off work. Be here live. We have extra goodies planned for those of you who are live for episode 201, which is going to be our 2-year celebration of the program. entering season 3 of the Dropshot of Call of Duty podcast. So that is going to be the season 3 patch, episode 201 of the show. So, and it's pretty substantive patch, a lot of changes. And we do have a QA team, unlike Activision right now. And that episode is going to go swimmingly. January 29th, take the day off work, be here live, and patreon.com/thedropshot. Support us, please. We need it. So, and to all of our existing patrons, we absolutely love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. That is it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. Have an excellent evening, of course. And as always, remember, stay humble.
Stay humble.